Hello guys, Gore got you here bringing you another Black Ops 3 gameplay. Today I really wanted to talk about the DRAKON. I started using the DRAKON because I'm going for my dark matter camo, which is getting every gun diamond, which means doing all the camos on every gun. And I thought, because I've already got 2 snipers done out of 4, I might as well work on the snipers because they are the closest to being done and one of the trickier to do. Now for the snipers you've got to get 100 one-shot kills. Then you've got to do your 6 attachments with no perks and then no attachments. And then you've got to do things like get a certain amount of bloodthirsties, which is 5 kills without dying. So either way, cutting the long story short, I've been using the DRAKON because the DRAKON and the PO6 are the only 2 snipers I don't have gold. And once I get them gold, I get diamond snipers. So anyway, moving on to the DRAKON. Now I always knew the DRAKON was a bit of a newbie gun. It's easy gun to use. It's basically from the chest up it's going to kill in 1 shot. Everywhere else it's going to kill in 2 shots, but you can whack these bullets out pretty fast. Without rapid fire it's not quite as fast as your finger can go, but it's pretty darn close. Another thing about this gun is that there's no auto aim, so it's a sniper, so there's no auto aim on any snipers in Black Ops 3, which if you don't know what auto aim is, all consoles have auto aim because it's a lot harder to aim with a joystick than it is a mouse with a computer. The computer can be extremely accurate with a mouse. It's a lot harder to do that with a joystick, so you have auto aim or sticky aim, and this just essentially helps console players aim. I urge you to try turning auto aim off and try playing it. It's so unbelievably hard you'll just want to quit the game. So maybe give that a try. But coming back to the DRAKON, I'm using the Varric sight because I don't really like the original sight and I want to use the Elo sight, but I haven't got unlocked, so it's simply the next best thing. And because this gun hasn't got auto aim, I really want it to act more like a assault rifle, so I want the shortest sight possible, as in the sight with the most minimal zoom, because it essentially is an assault rifle. It's a 1-shot assault rifle, and once you get stock on this, which I get later on, not in this game but in another game, this gun becomes game changing. And is this gun overpowered? If it had auto aim it definitely would be extremely overpowered. I think even without auto aim it's fairly overpowered. I mean, I go 50 and 4 in this game with a sniper, and I'll admit I am camping my tits off in this game because I really want to get these challenges done as quickly as possible. I don't really want to be sitting here using the DRAKON. I don't really enjoy using the DRAKON too much. I feel a bit dirty for using the DRAKON, but either way, you can obviously from this game, but you can see I can do some awesome things, especially if you play so slow with this gun. If I had stock on an Elo, I would definitely be playing more aggressive with this gun, but I don't, so I was playing this way. So the easiest way I found to get a lot of kills with this gun is just to play campy, to camp. I camped this building for quite a long time, and I just keep checking this left door, and I check the right door, and I check the left door, constantly checking my mini-map to make sure that there's no red arrows coming around to the right-hand side. Luckily I've got a teammate there, so I'm fairly certain I'll be alright, but if the teammate isn't a friend of yours, then you can't rely on that teammate to protect you, because the chances are they don't care and they're not going to protect you. I play really slowly, and I'm really just trying to now push up to the spawn, get some spawn kills, and try and flip the spawn back around. Because I was close to streaks, I obviously stopped using the DRAKON, but when I'm doing these weapon camos challenges, I don't really like to use any other guns, because then it gets a little bit confusing about how many kills you've got. So I don't mind, I like to try and get these challenges done as quickly as possible. So really a gun like the DRAKON, I want to, in about 15 games, have it done. So if I get 40 kills a game, then it's easily going to be done if I play carefully. So I figured with the dark matter camo that I would start with the hardest first. So obviously the hardest in my opinion is the rocket launchers, the snipers and the pistols. I haven't even scratched the surface with the rocket launchers yet, but pistols they're really nearly done. I've only got to do the weapons attachments and the no attachments and those sort of lower end ones to get the pistols done, and then the snipers, and then assault rifles and SMGs I use a lot, so I've been naturally using them, and before you know you've already got all the headshots and most of the weapon challenges done, and you've only got to do a couple more. So assault rifles are nearly done. I've got 4 submachine guns to do, so I don't know, if I work really hard at this, maybe in a month I could have dark matter. But I will admit it feels really nice to be able to go for these camos, because in the previous 2 games since Black Ops 2, and Black Ops 2 is the first and last time I did all the weapon challenges. I used every gun, got every gun gold, and I had every gun diamond. That's the only game I've done it in. The reason I didn't do it in Ghost and Advanced Warfare is because some guns were so bad that I had no inclination to sit there and use that gun until I got it gold. I just didn't care enough. Advanced Warfare was so all over the place with supply drops, this, that and the other, the movement system, that camos were not on the forefront of mind, and using every single gun wasn't, because you had all these gun variants, so there was so much to do, and camos were not at the forefront of that, and it wasn't a big enough payoff, the camos. Whereas Treyarch, they always work hard to make sure their challenges are fun to do. When you do a challenge, you get a calling card. When you do all the calling cards, you get really cool calling cards, and there's just constantly things added into Treyarch games just to make it not only more customized, but to have more to do in the game than just the bare bones of multiplayer and campaign. You know, not to mention zombies, not to mention free run, not to mention the campaign zombies mode, Nightmare. I mean, they just chuck so much in this game, and it's really nice to almost be overwhelmed with things to do, because I wasn't really going to do the dark matter camo initially, because it seems like loads of people have done it, loads of people have glitched it, and I don't know how to personally do it, but there's loads of ways people got dark matter camo and max prestige without even earning it, so it does slightly murr having dark matter. I'm not bothered about having dark matter on my guns, I just want to do it, because it's a pretty hard challenge to use every gun, get every gun gold, and it really is a good chance to use every gun, because with Call of Duty and with almost anything in life, a lot of people get into habits, and in Call of Duty you can use one gun and think, this is the only gun I can kill with, this is the only gun I can use, these are the only perks I can use, this is the only secondary, so on and so forth, when in actual fact if you take your perks off and use a different gun, you'll find that once you get used to it, you'll be just as good with that gun as you are any other gun. I didn't think I'd be able to get 50 and 4 gameplay with this DRAKON, because 50 and 4 is something I'd struggle to do even with a VMP or an M8, but to do it with this gun, it helps that it's Infection. Infection's a great map for getting your snipers done, because it's 3 long sight lines, and if you're in the mid, you've got 2 buildings with windows looking down on B and across the other window, so you can always get a first blood snipe, or you can always go up there and play carefully and get a lot of snipes. So Infection's a really good one to do snipers on, and that's another thing about doing the dark matter camos, that you have to think about the map you're playing, because if Combine comes up, then with the DRAKON it isn't so bad if you've got stock rapid fire and elo, but a gun like the Locust and the SVG, it's a lot harder to snipe on a really small map like that. So if you're doing weapon camos, out of your classes, however many classes you have, if you're only like first prestige and you've got 5 or 6 classes, then make different classes for different guns you're going for. Don't just go for one gun. If you get Combine come up, go for an SMG or go for an assault rifle. If you've got Infection come up, Hunted, or any other long map, then do your snipers or do your longer range assault rifles, because it just makes more sense that way. And it's a little bit more fun, because sometimes you have to grind some of these guns, and some of these guns aren't the easiest to use, certainly until you get all your attachments. And that's something really important to note, is that every gun is a lot better with attachments, and you can't judge a gun by using it without any attachments or using it with the early attachments that you unlock. You have to really use it until you get all the attachments unlocked to really find out the best formula for yourself, for your playstyle, whether it's aggressive, whether it's slow, whether it's campy, whatever it may be. You need to use attachments that are appropriate to that playstyle. But there will be some guns that you hate and some guns that you really just don't want to do. For example, as well as doing the DRAKON, I'm trying to do the P06, and the P06 is a really weird sniper rifle in this game, and I absolutely hated using it. I'm used to the delay in which it takes to fire, and I still hate it, and it's just something that I've got to grind through to do it. And that's part of the dark matter challenge, is that there will be some guns that just don't suit you, you can't use, and that you really struggle with, but then that's the rewarding factor of doing the camos, is that you earn something out of it. You earn something through the struggle you go through. So that's about all we got time for today, guys. Tomorrow I'm going to have a really good tip about how to quickly get the one-shot medal, something I figured out after this game. So check that out tomorrow. I hope you learned something. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you later, guys. Bye.